All right, dears. I hope you are all fine. Today we are going to talk about Filestream. If I go to the Visual Studio, you see, whenever we are doing a programming, for example, I'm saying cout, and I'm getting something, let's say interval, and I will have a variable right now, and the variable's name, let's say, uh, let's not make it a value, let's make it inter name, and the variable for this is a string, names, and let's say same name, and I will say cin name. So enter name, and because I'm using string, so I should include string library as well. Let's see. So we're going to copy this and paste this. This one is string. Okay. So what did I do is this. I have created a variable and I put a cout, and then I'm seeing the name, and after that I'm going to show the name. Let's say what I'm showing is name. Because I'm inserting something here, and I'm just going to show the name user has inserted, and I can say your name is something like this. Okay, so if I run this program right now, you will see that every time I'm asking the user to enter a name, I write Ahmed, and your name is Ahmed, and finished. Where did I save Ahmed? In fact, I didn't save Ahmed in any place. So whenever my program running, I'm putting a value into, like I'm creating a variable, but when the program finishes, so when I'm running it, there is a variable is created. There is a place occupied, or a place, let's say, taken for this variable, which is a string. And when I write Ahmed, this Ahmed will go and be saved to that place in the memory, in the RAM. Okay, but after I'm pressing enter, yes, it is showing me that place, but because the program finishes, press enter to continue, it is finishing. That's why this Ahmed, I didn't save this Ahmed in the outer space of the Visual Studio. So I cannot find this Ahmed out of anywhere right now, because it is being deleted directly after the program finishes. So Ahmed, the variable created, the variable initialized, and the variable deleted just right here. So after return 0, after this main function is being executed, this line is executed, I mean the closing tag is finished, everything in the memory which are occupied, which are, let's say, taken by this program will be deleted directly. And what I need is this. I'm going to create something like a database. I want to save my data into that file. And whenever I want it, I want to see who have registered. So I want to create an outer file, a file whichever any student, any person register it, try to register, he will be able to write his name, and this name will be taken to some place, maybe out of the Visual Studio, and I will, after closing it, I will be able to see, okay, these are the people who have registered. And this is known as what? This is being done, this can be done using Filestream. So Filestream means that you are able to save a stream of data into an outer file and read that file again into the Visual Studio. Okay? Okay, very nice. So it's just like a database for our project, because we cannot like I connecting the C++, just like a command line prompt to the database is something maybe cannot be done, or maybe can be done, but it is very difficult. I don't know. But using files to save my data uh, out of the Visual Studio is something can be done, and it is easy. For example, you are creating a website for a person. When you are creating the website, you are clicking on something. The website, you see everything inside the data, inside the website. All these things, news and everything are saved in the database. When you open the website, everything is coming out from the database and shown to you. But there is still this data in the database. It's only showing the data inside the database. So what we are doing is very similar to this. I'm going to save each data user inserts here into a file, and whenever I wanted to run this program again, I will be able to see all the people who have registered before. I hope it is clear. In order to use a file, you should first of all open the file or create the file. So either opening the file or creating the file is the first step. The second step, use read write to the file. You can read from the file or you can read from the file. And then after everything finished, you just close the file. We will apply it right now step by step. But these are the common steps. First of all, open it. If there is no file exist, then create it. Then use it, then close it. Just like a normal, when you are opening, for example, PowerPoint, you should first of all open it or save the file PowerPoint if you haven't created anything. Then you are going to use it and do something here and there, and then after everything finished, you simply close it. Okay, we have two things here in the file stream. I have ifstream, which is for inputting from file. You can understand it like this: input from file. So this one, I'm going to use ifstream in order to create a file, okay? In order to read a file, not create a file. So ifstream is for reading the file previously you have created. So this, you can say, I cannot use ifstream in the case I haven't created any file, because when I'm saying ifstream means that I'm going to read the data previously have been saved in, let's say, x.file. So I'm going to, when I'm using ifstream, I'm saying, please read all the data, save it previously inside the x.file. So x.file should exist in order to read the things inside. Okay? Okay, I hope this is clear. ifstream is to create the file out to file. So this one is either creating the file or saving the data into an existing file. So I have, for example, I have x.file. So when I come to ifstream, if there is no file created, I'm going to create it. Or if there is a file created, I'm going to overwrite it or append more writing. Add more writing to that file I have created previously. And ifstream is for both of them. I can use ifstream for both input and output. We will try to solve these things or to apply these things step by step. Just understand that if means input from file. I can save my file in, for example, cdata student.txt. The name of the file I have created is student.txt. So I can create a file just in a place like this, or I can save the file in a place like this, or I simply create the file just like this. Student, it will save it directly in a specific place, and I'm able to find that place and see the file. Okay. In order to create a file, we said we are using OFStream. And OFStream out file, so this is basically, let's go to the Visual Studio. It's better to apply directly. So right now, I'm going to delete this. Okay. First of all, if I want to create Filestream or to use Filestream, I should use a library, just like here. So I'm going to use include Fstream. You can see Fstream. Okay. So first of all, I should use Filestream. So this library is a must in order to use it. Right now, I don't need any stream. Yes, I may not need any stream. If I need it, I will create it again. Okay, so I have IStream for input output. I have Fstream for file input and file output to write some writing into a file outside of this Visual Studio and to read some data from the file out. What I have here, what I'm using. Do I have any file outside? Where do we mean? What do we mean by outside? So create on the file. Look, click on the file and open, and then file. Just see if you have anything here, the name of the file or any file you have created. You see, there's source and there's nothing here. Inside debug, you cannot see any file. So I'm going to create a file just right now and see if the file have been created in that place. Okay, so either clicking here or clicking on the file, then open, and then file is the same thing. In order to create the file, I need what? Just we will go back to the here. I set OFStream out to file or create a file. Okay, so if I want to create a file or if I want to save my data in the previous file, I'm going to use OFStream. Okay, okay, very nice. So I will write OFStream because I have included Fstream. I'm able to see OFStream. Look at this. We'll try something more. Okay, OFStream. Then what? So this is a class that have all the functions I'm going to use in the OFStream. If you remember, we said we are unable to use string if there was no string included. Here, it should be included, and here I have OFStream, which is a class. So you should, what do I mean? You can read more on the class and objects regarding this, or you will see in the OOP course about classes and objects. But what you see here is that there is a library which has all the functions regarding the OFStream, regarding the file stream. And the OFStream is the class that has all the functions. And IFStream, this OFStream is for creating and outputting. And there is IFStream. It is a class as well, and it has all the functions already defined, created functions, library functions that are created before, and they are all inside the IFStream class. So whenever I wanted to use OFStream, whenever I wanted to save some file in here, I should create an object out of this. Object means a copy of this, because I am unable to edit the library itself. So I'm going to create an object out of it. Just like when you are having your friend is writing every note regarding the course, and you are saying, please, can I copy your notebook? Because you are copying it, you want the version to be yourself. You want to add more notes to your version. That's why OFStream is the real class, is your friend's notebook. And out to file, out to file, I'm giving a name. Is what is an object, a copy of the OF stream. So this one is object, and this one is the real class. Okay, so we can say real class, and this one is what? This one is object. Object means copy, a copy of the real class, and this one is the real class or the real thing. So this one is having all the functions, the real functions, and this one is a copy of each function I have inside the OF stream. I hope this is clear. So I created an object right now, and I'm going to use my object. So out to file, I'm going to use my object to work on the on sending data into the file, reading data, everything. So out to file dot, you can see I have many things just right here: swap, close, open, and many things. So what I can do, I can simply say open. Okay, and I'm going to give, because it is a function, I'm saying out to file open. So you may think that why we're sending data or creating data, creating a file and saving to a file. Why are saying open? This means that this is a special function, either to create the data or to add some data to the file that have been created. According to you, we will study each. If I want to create, if I want to add. Okay. Here I will write, let's say, what will be the name of the file? Names and .txt. Okay, so right now I'm saying out to file, create a file for me if it doesn't exist. If it exists, overwrite it. And the name of the file is what? Names.txt. So this is the file right now created. Okay? Okay. So let's run my program and see if I have been able to create any file outside. You see, there is names.txt. What's there inside? Nothing inside. So this, using this line of code, these two lines we can say, because this one is creating the copy of the real class, and this my word, just like the name of the variable, name of the class or name of the object, dot open, this one is creating the file outside of the Visual Studio. Okay, let's insert some data in there, and we will see like more meaningful there. Okay, let's say I have a variable integer, a variable for the string, the same thing we have created, and the name is the name. So I should create include string. Okay, and then a tab, and I'm saying I want to insert some name. So here I'm going to say cout and enter your name. Okay, so I want to send this name into where? Into auto file. Okay, so first of all, who will insert the name? Me. Okay, so there should be a cin to insert the name. There should be, because I'm the one who's inserting my name into the computer. So whenever I'm inserting my name, just like here through cin, after this point, I'm going to send this name into the file. So what I can say out to file, then name. So what I'm basically saying is that please insert, you see these arrows? So this means that insert this into this. If you remember in the cout, we were doing the same. We are saying that this will be inserted into the function of cout. Cout is a function, so it's just like a parameter. I'm inserting this into the cout, and when I'm having a cin, the arrow are reversed because cin is inserting from keyboard into name. Right now I have the name, so I'm inserting the name into out2 file. Out2 file is the name.txt I have created before. So I'm not able to write the name.txt here. Instead of name.txt, I have created, it is just like a variable. Whenever I'm inserting something into out2 file, this thing will be inserted into the name.txt. But I will use out2 file as a name. Okay, then, okay, let's go to the steps. What are the steps? Open or create the files. So we are creating the files. Then use read or write to the file. Then we are writing to the file. This one is from seeing. It's not related to the file stream. It's a normal thing. But this one is related to the file stream. This one is inserting into the file. Which file? What do you mean by file? So it is names.txt. So inserting into the name.txt. This way I'm able to insert the name into the into the names.txt. And then what's the third step? Close the file. So I'm saying out2 file. You may think of it. Close. It's a function as well. I'm closing. So I'm opening the let's say the PowerPoint images, and then I'm writing something, and then I'm closing the button. Okay, if I run my program just right now, and you may see that the program first of all will ask me something, and then this name I have inserted will be inserted directly into the file that have been created, which is names.txt. So I'm writing Ahmed. I'm inserting, and that's it. But what's happening in fact, that Ahmed I have inserted, open this, you see? So if I close my Visual Studio, if I even close it, I am able to see in this place. Okay, let's go to that place. You see? Names.txt, I'm opening it, and you see this file is being created out of the code. This is my code, and this is another file I have created out of the Visual Studio. This one, I have the data, so any data I'm saving here will be saved directly. Okay, very nice. Okay, right now, I will do something more. I want to create, or I want to send the name 5 times instead of 1 time. So I have inserted the name, and I want that name to be inserted 5 times. So I will write a for loop. I will say integer I0, I smaller than 5 times, and each time I want to insert into the file. So I equals to 0, send name to out2 file. I equals to 1, so 5 times Ahmed will be inserted without any space. I'm going to create a space just like this, /t. So this way I'm inserting the name and I'm inserting the tab as well. I hope it is clear. Control F5, I'm running my my code. Enter, I'm writing Ahmed, and you see that if I open the file, Ahmed, and in the file stream, when I open this, you see it is overwriting the previous one. So we have inserted 5 times. Where is the first Ahmed? It's been overwritten. Okay, I hope it is clear. We will give another example to make it understood. Okay. After everything is inserted, let's just make this one like this. Okay. So I have created the file, or I have opened the file, and then I'm inserting 5 times. Right now I'm closing the file. I want to, uh, anyways, let's come to finish this one first. So if you see the file, you can see that 500 with that. If I want to make it end line, I can say end line. So this time the name will be inserted and end line will be inserted after that. So if I run my code, I'm writing Ahmed again. Let's say this time Muhammad. I'm inserting and then I come here. You see Muhammad end line, Muhammad end line, Muhammad end line 5 times Muhammad. But it is overwriting. The Ahmed is all being deleted. We will fix this problem. So whenever I'm adding another name, it will not overwrite. It will be added to the previous one. But right now, we have only this. So I'm creating the file. I'm getting something from user. For 5 times, I'm inserting that name into out to file, and then I'm inserting the end line as well into the out to file. Very good. Okay. If I insert here as well, and I want to insert instead of name, I want to insert names have been inserted successfully. Okay. So this time, instead of a variable, I'm inserting a string. So this means that I'm able to insert a string, an integer, or any kind of thing, or even a line of thing I'm writing manually. So if I run my program, this way, enter your name. You see I'm writing, let's say, Muhammad again. And look, where is this thing? Names have been inserted. I don't see it here. Why is that? Because I'm not writing a cout. I'm saying this one inserted into auto file. Okay, so this is, I hope this understood. Okay, when I come to names, you see Muhammad, and names have been inserted successfully. So this one is inserted, everything have been inserted, but this one, the last line I'm saying should be like this. Okay, I have closed the file. I want to reopen the file and to write something more on it. So just, I'm going to put it just like this. Okay, and I'm closing. So what I need to do is this. The first time I'm using something, I should write Filestream out to file. This is the object I have created. It is just like the variable. I'm saying integer a equals to 5, and if I want to change the value of a, again, I will say a equals to 6. This, I'm unable to write integer a equals to 6 because it is, your program will say if there's an error, there is an integer, and you are reinventing it, and you are redeclaring it, and it is an error. So I'm able to write a equals to 6 because there was a variable. There was a place in the memory. Instead of 5, I am putting 6. It's the same thing. So in the same file, in the same source.cpp, if I want to insert some data, then close it, I'm able to reopen the same file and insert something more and then close it again. But you should always pay attention to not redeclare the name which I have inserted. The name, again, I can do something more. I can say instead of out to file, reopen it, but instead of just like this, I'm giving another name. So this way, I am able to use different variables or different names for OF3. But in the other case, if I wanted to use the same name, it doesn't need to write this OF3 again to redeclare the out to file again. So I'm going to say out to file open. The out to file, which is a copy of the real class, I already declared it. So this one is declaration. or object declaring. So whenever I have all declared the object, I do not need to redeclare it afterwards, after that, after in the same file. Okay. So I'm closing the same file again, and I'm just inserting this line, and I'm closing it. Okay, I'm going to run the code, and let's see the result. Muhammad, and press any key, and then you see that. Why is that? Names have been inserted successfully, but there are no names. Why is that? Because this file overwrite overwrote all the things here. Okay. Why this one didn't overwrite everything? Because I didn't close before that and open the out file again. That's why whenever I'm opening my file again, I should always pay attention to this point. I should add my new data into the old data. Otherwise, I'm going to override all the data which have been inserted before. How I'm able to use or to append new data into the previous data? Using iOS input output stream, then what do we have here? There is app. App means append. Append means add. So this way, after the name.txt, I am giving a comma. So this is a normal function. Open is a function belonging to auto-file. Auto-file is a object which has all the functions of the stream. That is my version. Just like a copybook of a notebook of my friend, I have copied, photocopied it, and I'm able to write my notes on it. So this one is having all the functions, and this one is the function belonging to this. And I'm using the second property of this function, the second parameter, which is what iOS append means that whenever in this, during this open and close, whenever I'm inserting anything into the names.txt, this thing will be appended, will be added to the previous thing, which is this one. Right now, I'm rerunning my application, and let's see what's the result of the code I have created. Previously, it was overwriting everything. Right now, let's see. Okay. It says, let's say I'm writing Ahmed, and I'm saying enter, and that's it. You will see something like this: 5 names of Ahmed, then this, then this. You see, 5 names of Ahmed, then that line, the last line, then the second file I've opened and closed it is appended, is added to the previous one. If I didn't write this thing, is append, I'm going to run my code again, and I'm going to write Ahmed again. And you see, because I have opened the file again here, it's opened, I'm able to just click on here, and this is the last version. And you see that only this name, only this file, let's write three-wise, just to make a comparison between this and this. I'm rerun my program, I'm writing Ahmed, and you may see that, yes, this is which line of code, this is this line of code, have overwritten everything which have been inserted here. So it's been inserted, and this one is overwriting everything, cleaning and then overwriting. Okay, in order to fix this problem, I should give iOS then append. So this way I'm able to add more lines of text or names into the names.txt, the file I have created. I'll write Ahmed, and yes, Ahmed, 5 Ahmed, and then this one, and then this one. Very good. Okay, so right now we were able to create the file, and when I'm creating the file, I should give the extension. Pay attention to this as well. So I will write names.txt. In fact, here it is only a string, but in fact, in the outside, you can see that name.txt is creating a .txt file. But if I create doc6 and I will run my program, and you will see that when I open names.doc, so a file of Word have been created. Okay, and let's if you run it. Okay, so this means that in here it doesn't mean something according to the Visual Studio, but in fact when it's created outside of the Visual Studio in the file stream, you see that names.txt in fact is a real file, which is doc6 is the extension of this file, which have been created in the Visual Studio. Okay. As a summary, what we have done, we have created a file, either it is the txt file or any other file, or if I don't write any extension, it will be dot file. So it's not a good way, but it is still creating something. Okay. So I was able to get something from the user. 4 or 5 times I'm inserting the same thing into the out2 file, and I was able to add one more string into the out2 file, which is not a variable, and I closed the file and reopened the file as an iOS append, input output stream append this time. The writing I have will be appended, will be added to the writing done previously. Okay, and then that's it. Until now, it's okay. Okay, but you see that every time I'm running my program, I should the name is either created or it has been created, and I'm always overwriting it. And there is no way, is there a way we can say I don't delete the previous version? Look, this version is what? Ahmed. And when I run my program again, and I insert as add, let's say, you see, where's Ahmed? So it's always been overwritten. And should I do something to fix this problem as well? Yes. So we can here say that if this file stream, if this file stream is being created, or if this file is exist, don't overwrite it, append to it. If this file doesn't exist, overwrite it, doesn't exist, create it, and then write my things to it. So this is the way, if I have previous file, because here I have a file previously, and I don't need to recreate it or clean it, because this way is always cleaning it, deleting it. So I should try something. If the file exists, don't delete everything. Try to append. If the file not being deleted, we don't have it, create it. So here, what should I write? iOS append. Okay. When I run my code, you can see that enter your name, I write Muhammad, and yes, I'm able to rerun my code, and I'm able to see the previous things. Okay, everything is done, and I will write this time Sarah, and you see that yes, this time Sarah. So this is a real database I have created. I am able to see, or to, let's say, to save all my information directly into a file outside the Visual Studio, just right here, names.txt, and you can see this, yes. So I'm able also to read these files again into the Visual Studio. So that's it. Very good program to work on. Okay, so this way I'm able to append to the names.txt. Okay, let's right now delete these two files. So do I have any file with this name.txt? No. Okay, let's right now run my code and see if I face any problem. Ahmed, and let's see, names.txt have been created directly. So this is a way that I'm saying whenever I'm using out2file.open, whenever I wanted to keep the previous version, always use iOS append. So either creating it using out2file.open, this one, it is creating it, or appending to it. So this is doing both. If the file didn't exist, it will create it. If the file existed, it will append to it. Okay, so this is everything regarding sending my data or information out into a file. I hope this is clear.